What's up, guys? So, this is now episode 2 on my journey towards an ACDF surgery and then beyond. So, today is now Cinco de Mayo. So, I've got 18 days left until I think it's like a little incision that I'm going to try to put at the crease of my neck. I don't know. So, as I mentioned yesterday, I have a herniated disc at the C4, C5, and I am going to undergo an anterior cervical discectomy and fusion. Sounds awesome. Probably not. But it is the path that I'm going. I've been experiencing a lot of pain over the last week. I've actually been a little bit more bothered by it. Really, especially last night at dinner, it's been crazy tight. Mostly on the traps, the neck, and the like. It's been real painful. So, just showing you a little bit of my range of motion. So right now, if I, for example, was to look down, flexion, is what it is. Actually, kind of painful right there. Very painful. That's why I'm doing this. And then if I look up, it's about that. And then if I was to look to my left, about right there, and then I really start feeling it. It's almost like someone takes their fingers, like little pinchers, and then they really pinch that whole area, and that's what it really feels like, and starts to really put a lot of pressure on that as I try to turn even more. So this is what it looks like from the right. Try to actually touch my shoulder, but it's not necessarily the right form. So that's what's going on. It'll be really fun. I've got over at Emory's Orthopedic and Spine Center the Chief of Medicine, Dr. Scott Bowden, who will be operating on me. So it'll be May 23rd. It's, to be honest, a bit intimidating, actually very daunting. As I mentioned yesterday, for 6 weeks I've got to wear a rigid collar. It looks incredibly intense if you actually look it up. I don't have it yet, but I should get fitted one pretty soon, actually on Wednesday of next week, obviously coming week. And then really just, you can't do much. I mean, I can't really drive for about 2-3 weeks maybe, but I think a lot of that's due to the narcotics that I might have to be popping. And then beyond that, I shouldn't be lifting anything more than, I guess, 10 pounds is what I heard, although some folks, they use from a measuring perspective, a gallon of milk, or water or something. I think a gallon of water is about 8 pounds. So I can't be lifting that. So I can't be lifting my little nephew, who's probably about 22-25 pounds, for a long time, for probably 12 weeks, probably more than that. And then maybe I can get to 50 pounds, lifting 50 pounds, I think, from the floor, like holding a kid, for example, maybe starting at 6 months. Though Dr. Bowden says that I should actually count on doing 0 activities, especially no running. I can only walk. So it'll be incredibly tough for me, given that I live typically a very active lifestyle, although the last several months I've really backed off on a lot. I haven't really played soccer. And from a workout perspective, it's very difficult. I mean, I don't do anything from a shoulder press perspective or lat pull downs. I got to be very careful, as well as pull-ups. Let's just say, from a careful perspective, I really don't do it at all. So that's been unfortunate. So maybe on one of my next episodes, whenever that's going to be, still playing it by ear, don't necessarily have a structure, so stay tuned. But I'm going to take a measuring tape, and I'm going to measure things like my arms, like the circumference, the arms, chest, quads, and the like, because, well, I'm probably probably going to lose a lot of muscle mass over the next several months. It's not great, but it's going to happen. And as I do that, though, from a silver linings perspective, I should be able to fit into some of my jeans better. Yeah. So I haven't been doing a lot of weights, at least not pushing it from a heavy perspective. So when I've done things like squats and deadlifts and bench and the rest, I don't really do much from a weight perspective, but I have upped the volume, and I've now been operating more in like the 8 to 12 rep range, and that of course is more of the hypertrophy, especially if you work within specific intensity levels. So I feel like even though I've backed off a lot of weight, I've actually gotten a slightly bit bigger, purely because of the reps that I've been doing. But I've actually had like a lot of pairs of pants where I've actually kind of ripped because I think my legs have gotten bigger. So this will be good because I will now be able to wear them without ripping them. So that's good. That'll save me at least some monies for now. So yeah, I mean, beyond that, I think one of the biggest silver linings I can get out of this is not only understanding or appreciating patients, but really the recovery aspect. I mean, I haven't taken off much time at all over the last probably 10 years since I tore my ACL and did my ACL reconstruction. So this time I'll have to take some real serious time off, and it's not just, from an ACL perspective, I still I did a little bit, I think, upper body, but here I don't think I've been told not to do really anything. So no running, just walking. Maybe speed walking, who knows? Probably not. But yeah, I haven't taken a lot of time off, and so with working out for about mostly actually 4 times a week for the last, forever, and with some of the running and the soccer that I've been doing, not as much on mountain biking, but hopefully I'll get back to that later on. But anyways, I've done a lot, and I've never really taken time off. Even when I'm on vacation, I always do a lot of stuff, even if it's just body weight. So this will be a good time for my body to recuperate, let my muscles, especially my joints, have some recuperation. I am 33 now, and I'm not necessarily in best joints shape. Hence, I've had, torn ACL. I've had tendonitis in my shoulder, and then also in my ankle, my right ankle, probably from compensating because my left knee was the one that actually got operated on. So this will be good, at least from that perspective. Still pretty daunting, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, so I just want to really quickly do my episode for today. I don't know when I'm going to do my next episode, but hopefully by then I'll get a little measuring tape and then be able to record some of my body measurements and be able to actually kind of chart that along over time. That'll be really interesting, in addition to things like my weight. Don't think anything else will change. Although now that I think about it, I wonder if my height will change if they remove the disc and fuse. Huh. I'll have to look that one up after this. I'll let you know. Thanks for tuning in, and catch up on the next round.